Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today's easy and delicious dinner recipe is going to feature one of my all-time favorite fall ingredients, the hearty butternut squash. I absolutely love this squash with just about everything during fall and winter. Just love to add it to salads and soups. And today I'm going to make my butternut squash and sausage pasta. We're going to oven roast the squash first and then create a puree with that and add some sausage, shallots, garlic, toss that all in with some pasta, and you get just an incredibly delicious dinner recipe. Let me show you how to make this dish. This squash has a thick outer peel that you want to get rid of before you cut into it, so just grab a potato peeler and start peeling away. And you want to peel away this outer layer until you get down to this deep golden color on the inside. And then grab a sharp knife and cut off the ends. And then section the squash for easier handling. So this upper half of the squash doesn't have any seeds on the inside, so that's super easy. We're just going to dice that up. This lower bulbous part of the squash actually has seeds on the inside, so once you split it open, grab a spoon and scoop that out. And now we're ready to dice the squash into smaller pieces. And then transfer all that squash onto a large baking sheet. And I like to season my squash right on the pan. It just saves you from having to wash another bowl. I'm going to grab a little bit of olive oil and drizzle this over the top. Season this squash generously with salt. Add a little ground black pepper. Sprinkle on some smoked paprika. And I'm also going to add some fresh sage leaves. And I just like to toss the squash with my hands. Make sure that it's well seasoned, evenly coated. I'm gonna spread it back out and then into my oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. You want that squash to be nice and tender. While my squash is roasting away in the oven, I'm going to get started on my sausage and the rest of the sauce. So I'm preheating a large saute pan. I'm going to add a drizzle of olive oil. Today I'm using 4 links of Polish sausage. I'm going to drop that into the pan and fry the sausage for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's well browned all over. And once the sausage is well browned, just take it out of the pan and set it aside. You'll want to keep it warm. And into the same pan, I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter and 3 minced garlic cloves. And then saute this shallot and garlic mixture for a couple minutes until that shallot is translucent. And after a few minutes, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of flour. This is just going to help thicken our sauce. Toss that flour with the shallots and garlic and then let that flour cook out for about a minute. Next, pour in about half a cup of marsala wine. And as that marsala wine cooks along with the shallots and garlic, you'll want to just scrape the bottom of the pan and bring up all those burnt on tidbits that are going to add so much great flavor to this sauce. And then pour in 1 cup of chicken broth, half a cup of heavy cream. I'm also going to season this with my salt, a little ground black pepper, and then some more smoked paprika. It's just going to add so much great smoky flavor, and it complements that butternut squash so well. Just give this a stir and allow the sauce to come up to a simmer. And as the sauce cooks, you'll notice it'll start to thicken. And now I'm going to add just one last ingredient to the sauce component, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. Stir that in and then keep cooking the sauce until that cheese is completely melted. I just took my squash out of the oven and it smells so good. Now I'm going to reserve about a cup of my squash. I'm going to add it whole into the pasta, and the rest I'm going to place into my food processor. And then cover this with my lid. I'm going to take off the top so some of that steam can come out, and then I'm going to pulse this until I get a smooth puree. And then add that puree into the sauce. I'm going to grab my whisk and whisk that puree into the sauce. I've transferred my pasta into a large bowl just to make this mixing process a little bit easier, and then I'm going to pour that butternut squash sauce over the top. And the sausage on top. And that's it, guys, for my butternut sausage pasta recipe. You guys are going to love how aromatic this dish is. That butternut squash roasted in the oven, that Polish sausage being fried up. This just smells so good. And I can't wait to dig in and enjoy this. Now I add about a cup of that whole butternut roasted squash to add a little bit more texture to the recipe. I'm going to grab some of that along with the sausage and the pasta. And this, the sauce is just so creamy. I absolutely love everything about this dish. It is so incredible, packed with so much great flavor, starting with that rich, buttery, sweet butternut squash puree combined with that smoky sausage, and all these flavors, they play off of each other so well, creating just a phenomenal dish. So if you guys love butternut squash as much as I do, head down into my video description box where I've left a link that will take you over to my blog. You'll find the full recipe on my website. You can save it, print it, and of course share it with all your family and friends. Hope you guys give this recipe a try very soon. I guarantee you, you will love it.